First thing I like to do is when I'm counting coins, so it says count the dollars and coins and write the correct answer. Okay, so the first thing I like to do when I'm counting coins is I like to first figure out, like, what coins I'm dealing with. Okay, so looking at this, I first think, okay, well, who's on here? Okay, so that kind of looks like Abraham Lincoln. So that's like, so I'm thinking like that's Abe Lincoln. Okay, so I'm gonna draw like AL to tell me that that's Abraham Lincoln on here. So I might identify my coins like Abraham Lincoln. Okay. Then I notice like, oh, okay, well, hey, it's 1 cent. So I think what penny typically is worth 1 cent. Okay. So you're thinking now, I'm thinking like, okay, that's worth 1 cent. So if I got 1 cent, there's four of them. I guess should probably count. So maybe that's one, that's two, that's three, and that's four. Okay, so I counted 4 pennies. So then if I think to myself, okay, so that must be 1 cent. Okay, so that's 1 cent. All right. Let me see. Okay, so really simple to do. Okay, the second one. Okay, now you got quarters. So now look at the penny. So I look at the coins and I see what I got. Okay, so this one, well, hey, this is a different president. Okay, again, regardless how you feel about him, that's there's George Washington on there. So, all right, so that's JW. Okay, okay, JW. So that's George Washington. And typically we know that is worth 25 cents. Hence the reason why they call it a quarter. Okay, so I got one of those. And again, I remember I still got those 2 pennies. So again, I still remember these are 1 cent. I got two of them. So I got that's 2 pennies. I got 25. So I just add those together. And that tells me that this is 27 cents. Okay. So, and then the third one, really easy to do. Again, same thing. You got a different president. Okay. So you got Roosevelt this time. So we'll put an R, and that's typically 10 cents. So, well, always 10 cents. Okay. So 10 cents, that's a dime. Okay. Okay. So there you go. 10 cents. And there's two of them. So 1, 2. That's, you guys can stop the video and maybe say, hey, that's 20 cents. Okay. Okay. And you got 2 pennies. Okay. So that's 22 cents. Okay. And then the last one. And well, the last two. Okay. So now you got 2 quarters. So again, we still remember that's GW. That's George Washington. There's 2 of these. So that's 25. Because then that's what we're doing. We're adding, right? We're adding them together. It's 25 plus 25, which will give me 50. And again, I could just put my work on the side so that, but I was able to do it in my head. But, all kids can't do, might not be able to do everything fast in their head. So, you might want to put your work on the side. 5 plus 5 is 10. Carry our 1. 2 plus 2 is 4. There you go. The answer is 50. So there you go. So that's number 4. All right, so number 5. All right. So then, again, same thing. I got to identify what I'm dealing with. So now I'm here a little doozy. So typically we know GW is George Washington, but this time he's on a bill. He's on a dollar. Okay, so this is actually worth $1. Okay, $1. And then again, we remember again to get kind of mixed up, but this time it's even more doozy. It's 25 cents, so it's 2. So it's 2 George Washingtons. But so we know if he's on the coin, he's 25 cents. But if he's on a piece of paper, then it's $1. Okay, so together, that's $1.25. Now for this, we're gonna write it a little bit different. Also, I got to make sure I go back and add my cents. Because you want to make sure, like, you letting people know what you're dealing with. And if for $1, we're gonna do the dollar sign. Okay, so you got $1.25. So that's the answer. And how I figured that out, I took 1, 0, and I just added 25. Sorry, the papers, I think it's getting cut off, but I just added those together. So again, you always want to encourage, you always want to, show our work. So here, I'll just do it on the side right here, and then 2, and then 1. So there, good. So you always want to show your work. So there you go. And there you go. So $1.25. So there you go. So that's a quick little easy activity for math counting, money counting. So really what inspired this was just, again, a lot of kids, again, just, it's just something that's just not taught enough. Not enough kids. I can admit, as a teacher, we rarely went over it. It wasn't something that was really taught. And this is a life skill, knowing how to count money and being able to financial and things like that. As simple as this is, you'd be surprised at how rare this is taught. So again, hopefully this helps. You guys can show this to your video to your kids to do as a lesson, or you can just do it as your own.